Okay, folks, some quick words on this. Might not be enough for us to just think positively about the situation. We may need to get on the horn with congressmen, senators, and tell them how we really feel. Folks in Juneau, Alaska have experienced a number of avalanches over the last 24 hours, and they're actually expected to continue over the next 48. While we're breaking heat records all over the United States, the same is not so for Europe. They're breaking cold records and having pretty severe winter weather. In Mexico, the Popocatépetl volcano began spewing ash, gases, and actually some incandescent materials again in the last 24 hours. We'll have to keep an eye on that. The flooding in Queensland, Australia, getting worse day by day, and that's expected to continue. We also had a 7.1, a 6-pointer, and a bunch of 5-point earthquakes in Vanuatu. Apparently, folks, NASA is noticing that the Earth is heating up over just the last few years, especially during the end of this last solar minimum, and they're saying, hey, okay, well, it couldn't have been the sun then, so it must be greenhouse gases heating up the Earth like this. Well, this whole recent heating of the Earth, does this seem familiar to you? If so, it's because just yesterday we talked about how Climate Logic has noticed that just in 2007, the Earth broke away from the solar cycle modulation of the temperature in the air and the water, and it just began to rise. So all of a sudden, NASA thinks that now pollution has now overtaken the sun in terms of its power. I can't help but wonder, yeah, sure, I'm going to go ahead and say pollution's causing those volcanoes to erupt, and pollution is causing the over-ionization of our F1 layer as well. All right? Now, if that sounds ridiculous to you, it's no more ridiculous than the idea that greenhouse gases, all of a sudden, just in the last few years, really began to overtake the sun as the main driving force of climate on this planet. It's ridiculous. This is the last time, probably, that we're going to show you this little solar active region here that we've been showing you for a few days. It looks pretty mature. It's not really morphing as much, and it's just a simple beta classification. That's it, up there in the top left of that dark, thin corona hole-like feature, which will be hitting us with a corona hole stream today. Not a lot of solar activity, not a lot to worry about in terms of space weather. That's the news, folks. Be safe.